Hi, it's good to be back after a bit of a long break. In my first personal pronouns video, I promised to come back with uh, possessive pronouns and reflexive pronouns. But due to other commitments, I was unable to keep that promise. Um, Today, we are going to talk about those two subjects, those two areas. Um, Possessive pronoun, there is a difference, slight difference between a adjective pronoun, possessive adjective pronoun, and a possessive pronoun. Now, a possessive adjective, as we spoke about the other day, if you refer to my earlier video, possessive adjective is placed before the noun. If I say, this is my car, or this is my house, my is a possessive adjective pronoun, possessive adjective. But a possessive pronoun is slightly different. We say, that car, well, if you say, that is my car, you say, that car is mine. There again, we are talking of what we possess. That car is mine. So that car becomes the subject of the sentence, followed by the verb is and mine. We say, this pen is my, this is my pen, that is yours. Now there we do not repeat the word pen again. Why? Because it's no need. We have been talking about the pen. That this is my pen, that is yours. Or you can say that pen is yours. It doesn't matter. But it is not necessary to repeat the word pen again. So we say in the possessive adjectives, we place the adjective, the pronoun before the noun. When we speak of the possessive pronoun, we make that noun the subject of the sentence. This pen is mine, right? So you can't say this pen is mine. This pen is mine, or you can say this is my pen. So the difference between adjective pronouns and possessive pronouns is that you place the adjective pronouns before the noun, and the possessive pronoun comes after the noun. Okay. Now we move on to reflexive pronouns. What is a reflexive pronoun? Now, when the subject and the object of a sentence is the same, then we bring in the reflexive pronoun. For example, if I say, while shaving, I cut myself. You don't say I cut me, because I is the subject, cut is the verb. Who cut whom? I cut my own self. So there we address the when the subject and the object are the same, we use the reflexive pronouns. Now, I is myself, I becomes myself, we becomes ourselves, you singular become yourself, you plural become yourselves, and he becomes himself, she becomes herself, it becomes itself, and they becomes themselves. Now, if we have to For example, we say John and Anne blamed themselves for the accident. Right. So, but if John and Anne are going to blame, if John is going to blame Anne and Anne is going to blame John, we say John and Anne blamed each other for the accident, not themselves. Right. So that is called it's a reciprocal pronoun, each other. Right. So um, that's a difference. You don't, if John and Anne both blame themselves, you don't say John and Anne blamed each other. No, that means John blamed Anne and Anne blamed John. Right. So also, when we talk of reflexive pronouns, they can be used as a um, emphasizing pronoun. Emphasizing. Now, if I say the king himself awarded the prize to the girl, the king himself, there we can either say king himself or just after the subject, or we can say the king awarded uh, the prize to the girl himself. Whereas when we emphasize on the self. The king himself gave the prize to the girl, or the king gave the prize to the girl himself. So we emphasize on the word self there. So, as we spoke, we can use the emphasizing the reflexive pronoun to show that the subject and the object are the same people, and also as a emphasizing pronoun to show that it is done by that person itself, himself or herself. Now, some people may ask me, some have asked me really, why do you say I did it by myself? I did it by myself. That means you did it on your own, not with anybody else's help. If you say, I did it myself, that means I myself did it. But if you say, I did it by myself, that means you did not get any help from anybody to do it. In the first one, you may get some help from somebody, but you did it yourself. But in this case, you did it on your own and nobody else helped you or was with you. Is that very clear? I hope it is. And so to recap, we learned about possessive pronouns, and the difference between a possessive pronoun and a possessive adjective is the possessive adjective comes before the noun, and the possessive pronoun comes after the noun. And the noun becomes the subject of the sentence. And reflexive pronouns, we spoke about how the subject and the object, when they are the same, we use the reflexive pronoun. So we don't say, to remind you, we don't say, I cut me. I cut myself. And Anne and John blame themselves for the accident. Right? So they both took the blame themselves. The subject of that sentence was Anne and John blamed, verb, themselves. And reflexive pronouns also can be used as emphasizing pronouns when to show that, to emphasize that that person alone did it, that person himself did it. Right? So with that, we conclude today's lesson. But be there, I will come back as soon as possible. I won't promise you when, but I will come back as soon as possible with another lesson. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye for now.